So you've said that marketers often leap to customer research before grounding themselves in a true situation analysis. What does great situation analysis look like?
Yeah, I mean, first, conducting win-loss analysis is something that I think needs to happen much more frequently. And another thing that I'm really starting to latch on to is even looking at current customers that are thriving.
Right.
Where are you getting your expansions? Where are you getting easy renewals and lifelong customers and champions and advocates? How do you create that lookalike, audience? Because I think a lot of times we put pen to paper on what we think our ICP should be, and back to let's reverse engineer from what we actually know that works or doesn't work, and at least fold that information into the mix. It doesn't mean you can't expand your ICP out a little bit, but I feel like when you just start with this ideal vision of what my ideal customer should be instead of real data, there's a big missing part there. And that, again, the win-loss analysis as well.
I think retention rate is something that isn't looked at from a brand health standpoint often enough. It helps sales understand precisely what CSR and the strategic account managers are doing internally to really help maintain that business. Upsell, I think, is a part of that you mentioned. But and again, leaning into the why of that all. What is it that they are so happy about that they don't even want to look anywhere else? Goes back to some of that reverse engineering that we talked about. And those cues and those signals are really, really important for the type of messaging that we push out as marketers.
And 100%. And then that goes back to this brand piece and the AEO piece too, is like really understanding what is it that makes you valuable
Yeah.
to your best customers. Because if you can get as clear as possible on that message and push that into the market, and really also back to reverse engineering, but working with them on, okay, what was the problem you were trying to solve when you came to us? Okay, not only would I love a case study that breaks down, like, here was the problem, and here's, how we went about it, and here was the like stats and numbers we had, and now look, here's what we've
Yeah.
achieved together. But now I have some blueprints as to these are the things that work for other people, and how can I take that and then turn it into more content, clear marketing messages, really hone in on that product market fit piece and my brand message.
I think a lot of our listeners would agree that some of the best messages and insights and ideas happen directly from the mouths of our customers. It's them saying something that is the light bulb that goes off in our minds on, oh my gosh, not necessarily verbatim, we could take it and run with it, but it triggers an idea, a signal in our own mind on what we can do to really enhance something that they've shared. One thing I love that you do in your organization is you reassess the ICP each quarter, which I think is absolutely amazing. Most people do that annually or every 2 years. Why do you do that, and what is its effect?
Yeah. And I'll say, I think it depends a little bit on your business and what's going on. It's not meant to be busy work, but so we're a digital advertising platform at Metadata. And when I came in a little under a year ago now, our primary customer profile that we were going after was the digital marketing leader or the digital advertising leader, depending like how the nuance of the organization, but it was the user. And while I think that person is really important and ultimately going to be the ones that are like hands in,
Use
the
it.
we needs, um, I think especially because of all of the changes that are happening with AI and the things going on in the market, I'm trying to get more upstream, talk to CMOs, talk to my peers, talk to the head of the department who's thinking about their strategy now and how do we bring in AI, and what changes can we make that are going to really make an impact on the business?